Subscribe if you like my content. You want to get all notifications and updates, click the bell, checkmark the box, smack that like button, and then leave a comment saying great video or whatever you want to, and we'll be all good. Tell me what you guys want to see in the future, and I will get to it when I can.
Alright,
I just killed 2B, one left.
Throwing smoke. Throwing a flashback.
he's sitting on cusp blue. Wait, don't cross. You're
What?
stupid. Don't be purple.
No.
He's mid. And he's running.
You can cross, not purple. Just go.
He's a catwalk. He's catwalk now.
And the other look. Car.
I killed 2 of them. I don't know if there was a 3rd one.
No, there was only two.
Counter-terrorists win.
Good.
Bomb has been planted.
Word up, don't rush. Nice.
Defusing the bomb.
Didn't even know it hit him. He's fucking dead. I just like, what? He's my left? Turret shot. Hello there and welcome to my OBS Studio 0.15.4 64-bit setting video. And of course, this is going to allow you to live stream. This is going to allow you to record video at the same time, so you can do both at the same time. Like, everything's going to be in the description, so if you want to go check that out, be sure to... Okay, so let's go right into the settings here. Of course, I kind of wanted to show you this other thing first. This setup here for Adobe Audition, it's my microphone. Basically what I use to record my... So I'm using AT2035. I'm using this here, of course, on OBS Studio. You can lock and unlock the screens, which is a good thing, because you don't want to move stuff when you're not. I use OBS Studio here, and I run it through the Blue Icicle, which is another probably don't have in the description, but it's called the Blue Icicle, which I'll probably put it in the description now that I'm talking about it. Then you want to go to, and then you want to force it into an audio cable. So this is called VB Audio Virtual Cable. Or you can get the other one called Virtual Audio Cable, but I think the VB one's a little bit better because it doesn't cause static and stuff. I've actually been using this one now and it works. In order to do that, you'll get a page like this when you click that. So you want to go to your microphone, and then you want to go to cable input. Now there is another setup that I want to do in the future, but I just don't have the money for it yet. But this is how you do this, and you want to go latency 200 depending on your computer specs. I just say put it at 200, forget about it. First thing we go over is the adaptive noise reduction. You always want to make sure that you have high quality mode on slower if your computer is a little bit slower. Of course, you can't actually see that screen for some reason, but it doesn't really matter. Then you want to make your own, you want to make a hard limiter, and then you want to amplify. And of course, again, it's not showing, but here, 1 second, I'll quickly get it to show here. Okay, so apparently it doesn't show. So the first amplify, you want to amplify it by 10, and then the next two, you want to amplify it by 6. And again, the de-esser is pretty straightforward. You just want to make S noises and talk with S's, and then kind of put the bracket towards that, and then it won't pick up S's as much, but whatever. And then you want to do a multi-band compressor, but sometimes multi-band compressors lag right out, straightforward audio like I am doing right now. And then the last one you want to do is a dynamic processing, and that's pretty easy to set up. You just drag the arrows until there's no background noise, and you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 arrows. And of course, I would show you this. This is the basic one that I want to show. There. Okay, so this is the one that I want to show. So this is what you want to do. You want to follow this design for the dynamic processing. It may be different for you, just tweak with that. And of course, I will quickly just show you the hard limiter settings right here. So these are my hard limiter settings, maybe different for you. These are my de-esser settings. Of course, it's probably going to be different for you depending on how big your room is. This is a pretty small room, so it's better audio. There's no suppression or anything like that in here. There's no noise suppression. It's just walls, and it's a small room, so it doesn't pick up as much noise. And there's probably an echo in here because, again, it's a small room and nothing's being absorbed. But if I were to get stuff to absorb the echo, that you wouldn't hear that. The adaptive noise repression comes in. But I don't even need to use that in this room because my computer's far enough away so that it doesn't pick up on the mic. Again, I have to be like right in front of the mic to pick for the audio to work. And of course, this is the audio. I got this weird audio setup here for my speakers. So I run it to a Y jack, like a Y 3.5 millimeter jack to two female 3.5 millimeters. And then I run that into my computer, and then I run it'd be better to explain it this way. This is what I want to get, and of course, I can't right now. So I use a 3.5 millimeter to two 3.5 millimeter females, and then a 3.5 millimeter cable, which you see to the right. I use that currently right now with my computer. The other one that's not being used, I run a headphones to it. Now, this is the setup that I want to get because I know it will work. But right now, just scratch that because you can do this without this setup and still get good audio. But this is what I want to get, and I'll probably make a video on it in the future or whenever I decide to buy all the equipment, but I know this will work. So let's go back to this. And of course, like I said, the audio is set up this way. So all my audio flushes through here. But in order for my audio to work, I need stereo mix enabled. So you need to make sure that's on. And of course, you want to make sure this is your default communication device, and then this is your default device. So this needs to be default, I think. Yeah, that needs to be your default device, and this needs to be your default communication device. Actually, it doesn't really matter. At this point, it doesn't really matter what you do here. Now, I used to use this virtual audio cable. It doesn't work as good. Now, the VB audio virtual cable is free, I'm pretty sure. You can go download it. I'll have it in the description. And again, I used to have optical audio on my computer. It's like onboard. So that's why the optical audio sending out to that other thing with the other thing will work. Now, there is a way to do that without that, and I don't think I want to go into that. There's a way to send the audio out through that to your mix amp and then back into your computer. But I'm not going to go over that because that's a lot harder to do. The way that I want to do it with the optical audio cables is possible, and then to send it back in is a lot easier. So it's a lot easier to do it that way. And of course, it's very complicated. It might not even work. I have to figure out if it works first in order to make the video, but I think it works because why would I have picked out all the parts and whatever. Anyway, so that's it. That's how you get this voice with Adobe Audition for free, or you could go the like $200 route with the mix amp. You could do all that with this for free, depending what your computer build is and depending what type of game you're running. If your CPU usage is running like high, like mine is right now, it's like at 25 just with OBS running and with this running. So when there's a game running, it's probably around 50, 60. I do need a better graphics card, so if I had a 1080, it would be a lot better because this program here runs off the GPU and the CPU. And also OBS right here runs off just the GPU and partially the CPU. It's sharing the load here and everything's good. If you're using virtual audio cable, you will get static sometimes, not all the time. If you're using the VB virtual audio cable, which I just showed there, you won't get static at all. For some reason, virtual audio cable is really VB is better. Anyway, let's just get straight into the actual OBS Studio settings. Now, this could get a little bit complicated, but this is what I use. Of course, if you had two computers, you wouldn't be doing it this way. And there's a reason why behind it. Of course, we go to settings, right? Okay, so I can't really see what I'm doing here. Yeah, now I can see what I'm doing. I want to make sure it's recording correctly. Okay, so the first thing we do here is we go to stream. You input your Twitch. You go to the nearest server, so mine's right now is New York, which I'm nowhere near New York, but that's the best server to send to, and then you put your key in there. Now we go to output. Of course, I can't edit the output without stopping it, so I'm not going to stop it, but here's what we need to put in here. So you want to go 1280 times 720. You want to make sure this is on NVENC H.264. Now, if you had a second computer that was able to capture this computer, you would want to use the other encoder. And the reason behind that being is you can get more quality out of the other encoder if you have a second computer. Now, if you have a GPU in a single computer, you're going to want to put the load on the GPU. And the reason behind that is because the GPU can handle the game plus the stream at the same time. Your CPU, again, your CPU could handle the encoder, which mine kind of does. It does handle it, and the quality is improved just a bit. Depending if the temperature in your room is hot, cold, you know, like it depends on the temperature of your CPU in order to get your quality good. Like I said, it's very hard to do that with just one computer while playing like high-end games. It's just hard to do it with the other encoder. So you want to use the graphics card GPU encoder. So here's the settings that you want to go over. If you're using the other encoder, you want to use CBR. If you're using this encoder, you want to use VBR. And of course, the bitrate 2300 for streaming. Keyframe interval needs to be on 2. You want to have it on high quality, and you want to also have it on high. You also want to have auto. I don't really know what that actual setting is, so I just leave it on auto. Use 2-pass encoding. Sure. And then you want to make sure that's on 0. I don't know why they have a GPU number. Doesn't make sense. Then we go to the recording section. Now here's where it gets a little bit complicated because you're going to want to live stream and record at the same time, therefore causing less stress on your computer. Because if you click to start stream and then start record, it causes more stress on your computer because it's two separate things. Like when you're streaming and recording, now it's going to put it in one thing. So what we do here is we go 3000 kbs per second or 4000. I sometimes like to do 4 or 6, but sometimes my computer doesn't let me do that. Depending what game I'm playing, depending what settings I'm playing, like CSGO, I play on all ultra settings, 90 frames, all that good stuff. Now here we want to go keyframe interval 4. And again, you could actually do CBR here, and you could actually not do the GPU. At this point, you could do the encoder because basically the streaming could take the GPU and the recorder could take the CBR. Therefore, it's balanced. But right now, I still keep it on VBR no matter what. It doesn't matter. So up here in the audio tracks, just ignore this stuff right now. It's still the same settings: high, auto, 0, but 4 and 3000. Up here near the audio settings, so you want to make sure your recording format's on MP4. So if you lose connection to the recording software, I'm pretty sure MP4 does not save, so you'll probably lose your footage. So if you do FLV, it may save your footage and you won't lose it if your computer crashes or something, which my computer never crashes because I've had my computer running for 365 days without crashing. If you checked my live stream back in the, which you didn't because you never heard of me before, I went from day 1 to day 100 and I think 70-ish before I had to restart my computer. And that was 170 days without turning my computer off. And each day I was playing 10 games of CSGO, 12-hour streams a day, non-stop. Did not have to shut my computer off at all. I did very good on CSGO. I got MGE. Getting complicated and sidetracked here. I know what I'm talking about when I'm live streaming. I know the settings in and out, and it worked. You could go check out my streams, my videos. They're actually saved onto my Twitch. And I've also got some on my YouTube channel, which I can link the playlist down in the description. I'm also starting a new series called How to Get Out of Silver. Of course, I had another series that said How to Get Out of Silver, and I actually did get out of silver on that series, but then I just completely quit and stopped that series because there was really no point in continuing it because I was already out of silver. Now I'm going to get out of silver again because I haven't played the game since like 2015 when they ruined it. The audio settings here, you want to go audio track. You want to make sure audio track 1, 2, and 3 are check marked at this point. Again, NVENC H.264, 1280 x 720 as the output. And then we go to the audio thing here. And of course, you want to make sure 192 is all across the board here, and you want to make sure you name them so then you know which channel they are. Of course, we're going to now go to this audio settings here on the left-hand side. And of course, you can play music through this. Again, it's not recommended because I really don't play music at all either. People sometimes, I guess, like to hear music while you're playing a video game, but I just don't understand that. So yeah, you can do that. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. You can use virtual audio cable through Firefox, I believe, or something. It's complicated, but there's a way to do it without actually having people hear it. So you could mute it and then not have it muted, I guess, or you could have it lowered. You can lower it. You can change the volume levels over on OBS anyway. But like I said, you can add another track. The first one would be your speakers. The second one would be, you know, your music. So line 4. So you would send your music into line 4 from line 5 or something, or figure out how to send the music in, and then virtual audio cable would then, okay, so I'll show you guys an example of virtual audio cable here. So let's say you had your music sent in and it was on the second or something. It was on something that was sending into your computer. So then you would take that. So I would have to put it onto my stereo mix. So let's say I had a cable running through I would have to bring it in through my stereo mix. So I send my audio out and then bring it back in through my stereo mix through my mix amp. So my mix amp would go out the other thing, come into my stereo mix. So I'd be able to send all my audio in to stereo mix. So it wouldn't just be that one piece, it would be everything. So it'd be the music, the game sound, the microphone, all in one channel, which I'm kind of trying to piece the microphone apart from that with the one audio cable that you've seen here. Let me just quickly close that out. So you'll see here in the left-hand corner, you'll see a cable here. That right there, if you put that in the AUX slot for the microphone channel, which would be on the left side, the main channel, that would then send the microphone to its own channel to the mic in port on your PC. Of course, that's what I would use if I were using that setup. Of course, I'm not using that setup, but it's the same thing either way. You're looking at the same thing. You could do that with music, pretty much. Anyway, let's get to the next part of this guide because it's getting very long, and I guess you guys probably don't like long videos anymore, but okay, so again, like I said, you could send audio in, and then with this program here, you would then go line 4, whatever channel or thing that you plugged in that has the music with it, so MP3 player or something like that, you would just select that. So I would go line 5, but it's not line 5. And then boom, and then you would hit start. Of course, now it'd be coming through line 4. Like my microphone's coming through cable output VB virtual audio cable, and my speakers are coming through here, the speaker cable. And the reason why they're coming through the speaker cable and not the other one is because you just need the other one enabled in order for it to work. It's complicated, but like my Realtek digital output optical, I could be running that just for my game sound. I don't have an optical cable plugged in right now because the 2 that I have are broken. And like I said, I would have to buy 2 new ones, and I want to buy gold-plated ones that are harder to get damaged, because the ones that just have the cable they're very, and they break. Again, the sampler, okay, there's one thing that I'm very well skipping out on, and you guys would be like, what? Why is he skipping out on that? Or you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. So if you see the sampler right here, 44.1 kilohertz a second, you want to make sure everything that you're working with right now is running at that recommended speed. Of course, I don't know why my microphone's running at 1 channel. Okay, so I think I just got my mic restarted here. I hope the audio is good. There's a way that you can check to see if your audio is good. And of course, you just do this and then you go here. Okay, so my mic's working. Of course, like I said, it's very easy to set stuff up like this. And of course, anything that happens in virtual audio cable, if you shut something off, you have to re-put it back on through the little thing, and you got to make sure it's on studio. So I made a mistake here by not changing this, because apparently somehow it got changed on me, but you want to make sure it's on stereo 2 channel. And then you also want to make sure everything else that you're working with is also on the same channel. And of course, this should probably be at 100. I don't know why it's not. Your microphone should be probably around 60 to 40. I sometimes like to keep it on 40. You can do whatever you want. depending what your room is and how good the sound depending how good you want it to sound, or depending how good the audience hears it, and if they think it sounds good, then don't change it. Again, for the speakers, you want to make sure apparently it's on 16-bit, which is fine. You don't need to do 24-bit. And of course, this right here, you want to make sure that's on 16. Then your stereo mix, which you need to have enabled for some odd reason. I don't remember why I have that enabled. Of course, that's on 48,000, which it shouldn't be, but apparently that's the max that it can do. So that's probably why I have it on that. Of course, you could up your stuff all the way to 48,000. I'm not saying don't, but even in Adobe Audition, you have to set the new profile as 44.100. And even with virtual audio cables, you have to set the 44.100 or it doesn't work at all. That is done. The audio settings are done. There's really nothing more I can explain about that. We're going to get into the video settings of OBS. So your base canvas is whatever your monitor screen size is, and then you want to output scale resolution to the resolution that you want to stream with, which is 1080 by 720, or whatever your computer can handle, which most computers I think really right now can only handle 1280 times 720 for streaming. You want to make sure it's on lag corrosive scaling, 32-bit sample, because that's pretty much the best one that you can do right now. I don't know. It's what I use and it looks good. Your FPS needs to be on either 30 or 60, depending what you want to do. I think 30 looks perfectly fine anyway, so there's really no point in changing. Now, in the advanced settings, you want to go normal, OpenGL, NV12, 601, and full. Now, you can get my settings down if you want to. Of course, this is the stream delay. I only use that when I'm streaming CSGO. So down here in bind IP, you can use a VPN just for this program, and then on CSGO you can load up as a you know what? I'll quickly just show you what you can do on CSGO, because not a lot of people know how to do this, and of course, well, before I even show you how to do it while it's loading up, I'll explain it. So you go to the startup. There's a way to put in startups for CSGO. So you do -IP space and then the IP address of your computer. So in order to do, and then that loads up CSGO on your internet. So therefore you're not lagging. Now you could have a secondary VPN for CSGO that is closer to the server. So therefore and you can connect to that VPN by doing the blah blah blah. Make sure that VPN is in your internet history, like as in like right here. I will show you. So underneath change adapter, see how I have a VPN network client. Now this here I could run off of this just by typing in this IP address right here. I could run off of this, but we're not going to. And of course, I'll probably have that IP address blurred out because I frequently use this VPN for streaming. Anyway, so this is the IP address of your computer. Of course, I'm going to have that blurred out too. But this is what you would type on CSGO for the startup, so that then it would use your local area connection and not the VPN. But over here, you would then select the VPN, of course. You would then select the VPN right there. So then this would use your VPN, CSGO would use your internet. You may not be able to do this with all the games out there, maybe just this only. Now, there could be a way to get this to load off of the network without actually connecting to the VPN. I'm not sure if that's a thing or not, but if it is, then it could work that way. Actually, I can't really get my Steam to load up right now, so I'll probably just cut to when it's... Now that that's done, and of course I'm gonna quickly show you the way to set up the Steam. You want to right click CSGO properties. You can probably do this with any Steam game, and of course we're getting out of hand here. Set launch options. You want to go over here, type -IP, and then paste the IP address that you want to connect to right there. And of course, then that will connect you just to that IP address or that LAN adapter or whatever. And then you would hit OK. Of course, right now I'm not using any VPNs right now because I don't really need to. And I'm not playing right now, so I don't have anything set there. And sometimes I don't play with the VPN or my internet connection. I just let it go off my own internet connection most of the time. And when I'm not streaming, I don't have it there. It's weird. You just got to do it before you start streaming. So, like I said, you can use OBS Studio. Go over the video settings in a couple seconds here, but we're going to get into just the last bit of the audio here. In order to do this correctly, you want to go track 1 for everything so that the stream can hear it. You want to go track 2 for your microphone, track 3 for your desktop audio, and track 4 for desktop 2, because then that will set it up balanced and everything, whatever. And then you can open up in Sony Vegas, Vegas Studio, or whatever editing program you want, and then all you do is you unlink track 1 and delete it. And then you have track 2 and 3 separate, so then you can boost your audio, boost your microphone, or lower your microphone, whatever you want to do. And of course, I already have my audio set at a good level so that I can record and then just upload it. All track 1. So, because everything on track 1 will just stay in track 1. You only will hear track 1 when you open up a program. Now, if you open up an editor that can see all the tracks in your recording, well, then it will show all the tracks, and then you just delete the first track, because the first track is going to have every single thing in it, and like I've already explained it, I guess. So you can lock the preview here. I like to lock the preview once I'm done editing everything. Of course, I haven't been running a face cam this whole time, so I'm going to show you how to put the face cam in. So you go add an existing one, or you can make a new one, which I'm going to kind of show you how to make a new one. You want to go to Logitech, you want to go to custom, and then you want to type your resolution in. And of course, I'm actually not going to type anything in here because I already have a setting for mine. So we're just going to load mine up, which is right here, and I'll go over the settings when I right click it. So when I right click it, you'll see this pop up. Of course, I have custom 640 x 480, 30 FPS, 1420, default full, enabled buffering, and then I also have it on captured audio only, and then you can also vertically flip or whatever else. You can even say use custom audio device, which you don't really need. And we need to go over to here, and I like to configure this sometimes so that it looks brighter than it normally does. If it's too dark in the room, and then I can change the brightness, and then I can also change the exposure so that it makes it look brighter. I think right now it looks as good as it can be, I guess. There. So anyway, that looks pretty good right now. And of course, there's a filter, there's a whole filter aspect that you can do, and I'm not going to get into it, but again, it's kind of straightforward. You just put your face cam there, and now you can talk. And of course, again, with that 200 mil, you want to make sure this is on -200. And again, any audio that's plugged in right here, you want to make sure that that's turned off, so that if there's any audio coming through, they can't hear it for certain devices that you have. So like the Facecam has its own built-in mic, so you want to make sure that's all off. And of course, over here, I've disabled the built-in mic. Of course, you can keep the built-in mic on if you want. Like, I don't know, there's really no point to. But as you can see, I have it disabled just for that reason. If it is on, I have it disabled. Of course, there is many other different things that you can do. So this is what my full setup looks like. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is what my full setup looks like. And of course, you will see that I have a Facecam filter in here for scaling. So my Facecam scaling is 760 x 480 and land Caros, just to fit in the little box there. So you also want to make sure the crop is 1280 by 720. It doesn't have to be, because you can pretty much do this. You can just do damn it. Here, this is a perfect example to do what I'm trying to explain. So you can take Steam. So see how Steam does not reach the window? So what you do is you hold shift on your keyboard and then you drag with your mouse. You drag the corner with your mouse. Now, if you don't hold shift, this is what it will do. Watch. It'll do this. It'll just blow it out. You want to just go bam, and then you hold shift and then drag. So then that will look like that, and of course then you'd put it behind your window. Now, you can do that with anything. So you can go, you can say, oh, look, your game screen's probably like, I don't know, your game screen. So let's say you want it to have a game screen that's like, I don't know, most people sometimes do it like that. Or, you know, they go, you know, and then they go, you know, like a box. So then it would look like this. Of course, that looks kind of horrible, but then you would go into your filter and you would go over here to add scaling, length rows. I don't know why I use that. But we go 1280 times 720, and then it should give me a better screen. Because once you have the better quality in there, it should give you a better screen. See, it's already better. It's already better when you stretch it. So pretty much that's what you want to do. I don't know. There's really nothing else you can do. You just got to test it out for yourself. And again, a lot of the games here for OBS Studio, you have to use window capture. It's just a lot easier to use window capture. Like, look, I'll load up CSGO right now, and then it will automatically load CSGO. And of course, these are my microphone settings. I like to go to the gain setting here, and I like to put it at 3.00. With my microphone, I want to put that on 3.002 as well, and then I have it minus 9.1, which up here in the audio properties, it's actually at 30 and 35. Sometimes I like to run Skype through my OBS at line 4. On line 4, because Skype, you can set it as line 4, and then you can also set it to here. So you can set it as line 4, but you can also set it to here line 4, so then it automatically goes through anyway. And then you can lower line 4 without lowering your main volume of your computer with Skype. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's really nothing else to it except, you know, struggle and error. And of course, like I said, I wanted to load my CSGO here, and you'll see that as soon as it loads up, I always load my CSGO up in windowed mode because just a lot easier to do that than it is to not do that. So once that loads up, you'll see it instantly pop up because it's going to detect CSGO's window, and of course it's taking a while longer than it usually does to pop up. And of course, I don't think my game, I don't know if I was recording when I was showing you the audio settings, was I? Okay, so CSGO has popped up now, and again, the quality, I will show you a clip at the end here of what the quality looks like. Of course, you've probably already seen all the videos that I do on my channel. If you're a big time follower, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There will be a lot more commentary or videos like this in the future. I plan on doing more RuneScape quest guides. I still got a couple more that I gotta finish and actually do in the game first, and then, you know, record whatever. There's a lot that I gotta add commentary to. I mean, everything will be in the description of this video here that I used or will be using in the future. The next video that I do will probably be on the mix amp when I actually get the money in order to buy it. There's also a GoFundMe page as well for me in the description that I made. You don't have to donate to it. You don't have to do anything. I'm not trying to get any money here. Like, there's really no point in putting money into that because I won't be using it at all. The only reason why I have that up is just for you guys to share it around. I'm not asking for money. I already have my gaming set up and stuff like that. Like, I'm fine. That's not why I started the GoFundMe page. Now, the reason why I started it is I want to start up a tech channel. The only reason and the only way to start up a tech channel is to have money in order to buy, you know, the the computer parts, the cameras to review, or you get a review copy. But right now, if you're a smaller YouTube channel, you can't ask them to give you a review copy of like a 1080 or a whatever, the newest 6K 20K camera to review, just to, you know, make a video on it, and then it just doesn't work. They're not going to do it. If you're not already pulling in the viewers for it, then you can't do it. Now, that's what that GoFundMe channel is for. So like if I were to buy a computer with that money, I would then build that computer and then probably host a giveaway for that computer on my channel. You could say, oh, maybe he won't do that. Maybe he'll just take the money and not use it anywhere. No, I'm definitely going to be putting money aside that I myself have in order to actually start a channel like that. Of course, I already have the channel in the description, and also it's already made. Like, I already have the channel made. There's actually no partnership on the channel right now, and I think it's going to stay that way because then I can just directly make the money off the video myself, because it's not going to have gaming on it. It's just going to have technology, you know, stuff like that. But maybe I might have to go through an MCN. I don't know. We'll see later how that works. My gaming channel has an MCM. I do stuff for like Nintendo gameplay, and that's through Nintendo because they have a thing where you can claim Nintendo gameplay now, and it's a lot easier to do that now because now they automatically claim the copyright anyway, so you might as well go through them in order to get funds from it. Of course, I don't make money, or I should say I don't make any or enough money from YouTube to even say that this is a job. It's not that bad. Like, I don't care if I'm not making anything from YouTube. I make the videos because I feel like I should make videos for YouTube. I've been doing this for I've been doing YouTube since 2006, October 1st. And I've had a channel before that. It was a different channel. And then I also had a channel after that in 2007, which only had strictly Nintendo gameplay. I was going to make a Nintendo gameplay channel. I could have been like Chugga Conroy, you know, whatever. You can check my GoFundMe page. I have a freaking paragraph of like, this is what I was, and this is what I could have been. This is what I did. And I still have that gameplay, and I don't have the channel no more. It got deleted. So each video had about 10 to 20K views per video. It was Legend of Zelda Master Quest. My username was N64 Master TUT. I think, yeah, N64 Master TUT. I then made a second channel called N64 Master TUT 2, which is still up. You can go check it out. It's there, but there's really nothing on it because not everyone didn't come over to it because they didn't know I made a new one. They didn't realize that I made a new one. I guess maybe if I would have started uploading the same gameplay that I had on the past channel, because I had 92. I had the full game completed before, or the whole channel didn't just get taken down. So what happened was my email somehow got locked out. So like they removed my email because back then it was an account linked to like a username, and then you had your email. So either someone hacked my email. I don't know what it was. It was either someone hacked my email, then I couldn't get my password for the account to get back in the account, but I was still logged into the account, so then I couldn't, I don't know. I think I reset the password so that I could still log in without the email, but for some reason, they were in the process of deleting my account though, because what happened was I got hit by tons of copyright strikes and stuff like that. I was actually making money off the videos, but not that much. It wasn't anything back then what it is now. But like I still don't make no money. But like all the other YouTubers, you know, they make money and they're allowed to do it now. Back then you weren't allowed to do this, but there was YouTubers like Chugga Conroy that was doing it back when I was doing it, and he was able to do it for some reason. I don't know how he was able to do Paper Mario and stuff like that, and Legend of Zelda, you know, stuff like that. Like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to start doing those because, you know, back in 2007, 2006, maybe 2003, I used to play those all the time. Like I used to play Paper Mario. I used to play, you know, all those games. And I thought, you know what? I want to do that. And I did do that. And after 2 months of uploading footage, my whole channel gets freaking deleted. And, you know, there's people, you know, a lot of good feedback. They actually liked the videos that I was doing, and of course I have the gameplay that I used back then for that channel. And I could re-upload it now today, and maybe people might remember it. I don't know. They may remember it. Let's see how many people remember it. Leave a comment down below that if you remember my channel, N64TUT Master. And if you do remember it, well then give this video a thumbs up, because you will know who I am, of course. Because I think I don't know if I was the very first person to start doing like actual gameplay, but I think I was the first person to really start like a full 92 series within like 2 months and finish it, and then actually have the game completed. Like, it took me 24 hours to beat the game, 2 months to upload it, and I was uploading 2 videos a day, I think. Yeah, 2 to 3 videos a day. And people were liking the content. Like, I'm not saying they weren't liking it. They were actually liking the content. And there were so many views on the videos that Nintendo caught on to it very quickly within 2 months, and then shut me right down, deleted the whole channel. And then I made the second channel, but I had no contact information on the first one. I had nothing. Like, people were following me, people were subscribing, stuff like that, and then they just disappeared. If they couldn't find that channel, why would they go look for the second one, right? They just pretty much forgot about it. Now, I had a main channel, which they didn't know that I had a main channel. And of course, that main channel in 2012 got hit by copyrights, and then that main channel got taken down, which is October 1st, 2006. So my 2007 channel did better than my 2006 channel, and the reason behind that was because on my 2006 channel, I didn't continue uploading gameplay for Nintendo, because I knew what they were going to do if I did, and I just didn't want to do it no more. So what happened in the next part of this huge thing here is in 2012 I started this gaming channel, and of course it's too late. It's too late to start a gaming channel now. You're going to be buried in the long list of other people doing stuff that you're doing, but yet even if you're doing it better than them, you're still going to be buried in it until someone or something finds your video, or unless you pay Google to advertise your video, which there's really no point in doing that either, because then you're just going to get hated on for your ad popping up every 10 seconds. And it's crazy. It's crazy how someone like PewDiePie that has 3 million viewers can't just like give someone a shout out in order, like, no one's going to stop watching your videos just to go watch this guy. They're going to watch either both of them or neither of them at all. That's the way that I look at it. Like, if I had 10 million, 3 million, or if I had 9 million views per video, I would be giving smaller channels the time they deserve. Like, I would review their channel. I would make a video reviewing their channel, straight out reviewing their channel, and then helping them to get better on their channel in order to give them a shout out. So it wouldn't just be like, a collab and then one and done. It wouldn't just be like a shout out. It would be me teaching them how to do YouTube. So it'd be me teaching them how to set up OBS, teaching them how to buy a computer, or teaching them how to build a computer. Or it would just be, like, if they already had everything, they just needed a little bit of, just a little bit of help, or they just needed those viewers just to get some equipment, like if they just needed some money just to get some equipment. That's what I would do. If I had those viewers right now, I would be sending them to the smaller channels, the bigger channels, whatever. I would be sending them around just to go help out people. I wouldn't be doing it for myself. I wouldn't be doing it for personal gain. I'd be giving back to my community, or the community that's following me, or just anyone's community that comes in. I would be giving back to them. I would gladly do monthly giveaways. I would gladly do daily giveaways. If I had the money for it, I would gladly do it. And there's YouTubers out there like PewDiePie that don't do giveaways at all. They don't give away back to their community at all. And they say they do, but do they? Do they do? Do they? Do they? Are they really making that much money and sitting on that much money right now? Like, are they really sitting on that much money and then not giving anything away? No, I don't get it. I don't get why they don't help the smaller YouTube channels. Because even if they help the smaller YouTube channels, they're not really losing anything. Like, how are they losing anything? Like, and I don't understand how he has 50 million subscribers and he only has 30 million hits of video. Like, does that make any sense? Like, if he has 50 million subscribers, you would think his count would be like higher than that, because it makes sense if it was higher than that. I see now there are people out there that have like 120,000 and they have like 1 million hits of video, and that's probably because a lot of YouTubers like Leafy is Here runs around and like they go, oh, this guy is trying to kill me today, let's just make a video about him so that, you know, people go check out that video, and they find that video and then they go watch it. They watch both. So that's how you get your name out there too. So if like Leafy is Here did a video on me, or Drama Alert did a video on me, which they never will, because they know that I post content that is good enough for YouTube, that's good enough to even replace their content. So it's like, yeah, give or take, it's like I could post content all day like this, gameplay content all day like this, high quality content for free on YouTube, and I'd get no personal gain for it, like the other YouTubers that do right now, that do the exact same thing that I'm doing. But I've been doing this since 2006. Remember this. I've been doing this since 2006, and it hasn't paid off and never will pay off. And the reason why behind that is because I lost that second channel. Not the first channel, the second channel. I lost the second channel and then I lost the first channel. So it's just a big thing to play into it, that you gotta do something to make yourself known on YouTube. In order to do that, you gotta share it around, and there's really no way to share it around, because if you share it around, they're gonna be like, you're doing what PewDiePie did. But wait, I've been on here since 2006, October 1st, 2006, like whatever. I've been here since 2006. So if I'm doing anything right now, it's because I've been doing it since 2006. I haven't been copying anyone. I've been doing random gameplays like this since 2006. I may not have been using the microphone, but I have been doing gameplay like this since, actually, well, I should say I've been doing gameplay like this since 2003, or since I was 5. So if they're really going to say that I'm copying PewDiePie, or I'm copying, you know, Leafy is Here when I do a news video, or doing a rant video or something like Drama Alert, I've been playing video games since I was 5. So I started with Super Nintendo, and then I went to Sega Genesis or something. I think it was Sega Genesis. No, it was Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo. Then it was Super Nintendo. Game Boy Advance, actually Game Boy Black and White, can't forget that. That was black and white. And then it was Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, GameCube. Well, actually, before GameCube it was N64, and then PlayStation 1, and then GameCube. Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda, all that good stuff. I remember that on GameCube. I remember that on N64. I remember the endless days of renting video games for Super Nintendo back even before Game Boy Black and White came out and whatever. Dude, I used to be like the biggest Super Nintendo gamer there was. Like, I still own all my Super Nintendo games back. Like, they're somewhere around here. And it's like, I could whip those out, play them all, put them on my channel right now. But is Nintendo really going to allow me to do that? Probably not. And that's why I don't have Nintendo gameplay on my channel. I think that's where my channel would thrive, if I started uploading the Nintendo gameplay, because I was good at a lot of those Nintendo games. And it's because I could sit there and play it for an endless amount of hours. Like, I could sit there and play a Nintendo game for 12 hours. I could sit here, record a Nintendo game for 12 hours straight, and have as much fun as I'm doing right now just making this video. So it gets to a point where it's like, just like, comment, and subscribe. That's pretty much what it is. Don't forget to hit the bell. Of course, I'll have that on the start of the video, so you'll see that already. And make sure you check mark that box so that you get all the notifications when you see my channel go live. Like, depending, like, whenever I upload a video, it'll go out to email. I'm not sure how many people it goes out to, so maybe that's why he only gets 3 million hits, because maybe they're only sending that to 3 million people at a time, or maybe that's just how many people watch his videos now, because he's changed his way of YouTube. Like, he went from playing a character during all those scary video games. Markiplier did the same thing. Markiplier, all he did was do like a voice impression, or, you know, just talked random stuff throughout his videos when he first started. I, on my other hand, don't do that shit. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that playing a character is a bad thing. If you go watch my COD Ghost series, I'm not playing a character. We're not playing characters. We're all just arguing at each other. That's what we do when we play Call of Duty. We argue and yell and swear at each other. That's what we do. That's not a character. Go watch my COD Ghost series playlist. I'll have it in the description. Actually, well, you can just go to my main part of my channel and you'll see all my playlists there. And I've got a lot of games uploaded already. Some of them are new, some of them are old. And if you go on my old channels, there might be some videos there. Probably not, because they all got taken down. What else? I want to start up a vlogging channel. There's that too. Just don't have the money to start up the vlogging channel. I bought the memory cards for the camera, but this camera cannot run the memory card. And if you see right here, there it is right there. It's a 32 gig SSD SanDisk, but this camera isn't able to do it, so I can't even film 10 hours plus on it. And I bought 3 of these. They were like 20 bucks each. So, and it was cheaper to buy 3 of them, because then it was only 18 bucks each. Now, I'll probably sell these for 20 bucks each, because the fact that it was going to be 20 bucks each, and probably now they're 20 bucks each, so I'd be able to get $2. I'll make $2 on it, whatever. But I think I'll keep them so that when I do get the, you know, like the 6K camera to film, you know, tech stuff, I'll be able to do that. Like, that's why that goal is up to 6K, because I only need the camera in order to film it. Like, I only need the high expensive camera in order to film that. Like, I could probably film it with this thing, but this doesn't film in 4K or 10K. So it's not worth it. It's not worth doing it in this. Now, I could film it with this Logitech C90, which is 1080p. I could do it with this, but then it would look blurry, so it's not even worth doing it with that. So I need to get a 4K camera, or the equivalent of whatever camera that someone, like, I just have to watch a YouTube video of someone using a camera that has good quality, that's very cheap, like 600 bucks. But, you know, if I want to do this and I want to go big with a tech channel, just like, you know, even if I have to take apart my computer when I get this camera, or when I get the funds for it, even if I have to take apart my own computer just to rebuild it, just to show you how I built my computer, and how it's been running for the past 2 years and didn't get shut off for almost a year and a half. And it runs perfectly fine with no problems. I can sit here. It's already been 58 minutes and I've been just rambling and talking about how I set up my OBS and how I stream, how I do all this other stuff for free. I'm giving you this for free. Now, you could be like, we know you're giving this for free because YouTube is a free website. Like, you can't really go wrong on YouTube. Now, they've got a lot of things that's going on with YouTube. People are saying YouTube's dying. I think it probably will be dying very soon, but right now it's not going anywhere. And people think it is. People think it's going somewhere. They're probably age restricting stuff. They're not age restricting anything. They're just trying to make way for ad-friendly advertisements, because they feel like they could probably make more money on those ad-friendly advertisements. Now, again, they don't really care if you're swearing in your videos, or they don't really care if you're, you know, I guess they would care if you're naked in your videos, like some people on YouTube, like Boogie2988, which is like massively naked in like half of his videos on his channel. So if anyone was going to get taken down, it would be him. Now, his channel's good. I've been watching him since he started. Like a lot of the YouTubers that I've been watching have been the ones that I've been watching when they've gotten huge, or they've either gotten not huge. They weren't huge in the beginning when I started watching them, but you know, I'd come back every now and then, you know, they'd have this many views. They have this many views. Now, it's like my channel. Would my channel ever do that? Probably not, because it's buried under all these other people. And of course, I don't beg people to come and watch my channel. I don't go out there and advertise it around. I'm not playing a character. Like I said, if I was trying to be something that I'm not, then that would be horrible. Of course, I guess I could say that, like, if I was doing a character, maybe I would be getting views. I don't know. Like, let's say I started just a series of me destroying stuff when I didn't get a kill or something, then maybe that would bring in a lot of traffic, because people like watching stuff get destroyed. So like, I could destroy this boom arm in this microphone. Would the company probably sue me? I don't think they would, because they don't really care if you're destroying products. Well, actually, no, maybe they would care. Maybe they would sue you. I don't know. See, that's where I don't get it. It's like, if you're destroying a monitor or a microphone or something like that for personal gain on YouTube, wouldn't you think the company would sue you for destroying something like that? But again, you're kind of showing the product off as well as you're like smashing it into the ground. So maybe that would be qualified as leaving a link to the product in the description below. So it's like, you're still advertising the product, but like, is it a free advertisement, or is it like a, you know, I don't know how that works, because it shouldn't work like that. Anyway, I think this is going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like down below. Again, this is like an hour and a minute of me, just like the past like 20 minutes of me rambling, and that's what you will get on my channel. It's not like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not like I plan to know what I'm talking about. I just do. I just do, bruh. I just do. So, and it's like, the one of the channels that really have it down packed is Alpha Omega Sin. I think that's how you pronounce his name, probably. He's got it down packed. Like, his channel's starting to come up now, and it's like, I think he worked at that channel for probably 2 years in order to get it to go huge. But in order for him to go huge, Drama Alert had to start something with him, and then he had to start something with Drama Alert in order for it to just, and then his video started getting like 100k views. So I was there when he had, I think it was 1,000. So is it really going to help me? Probably not, because I don't really go around commenting on videos. Sometimes I leave comments, like McJuggernuggets. I watched his videos. His series was good. I knew for a fact it was fake, because why would someone start a bit, like, why would someone do that on YouTube without trying to get personal gain? Like, you could tell it was fake. You could tell it was fake. Now, you could say, oh no, people do that, and you know, it has to be real. Then why did people make videos saying it was fake? Near the end of the series, just before he was about to end, I had a feeling he was going to end the series, okay? And you can go and watch those videos. I had a feeling he was going to end those series. I think it was like a month beforehand, I had a feeling he was going to end the series. So I made a video stating that there was a cut in the video, and of course he leaked the behind the scenes of that session, and there was a cut in the video. So even before that, I had a video up saying it was fake. Like, the gaming room getting destroyed, the way that was done was fake. You can totally tell that that they knew that that was going to get cut in half before it was going to be cut in half, because he said he showed Corn he pointed to Corn and told him to go over into the other corner. Because the way that it was falling in was this way, so they both weren't going to get hit by it. So he told him to go over to that corner. And then there was a part where he was hitting the laptop with the hammer. And of course, you can tell that he was trying to actually physically destroy the screen so that it was destroyed. It was not like he was just trying to destroy the screen because he was mad at like the, whatever was going on. No, he was told to destroy the screen. It's not like he wasn't, like, if he was just to throw it on the ground and then just leave it there and then just, whack it. No, he actually, tried to, it's complicated how he did it, but it made it look fake. It didn't make it look real, that's for sure. Like, if it was going to be real, he would have just went, smash and smash. He wouldn't have just went, poked it. He poked everything, and he, poked it. That's not how you break stuff. Of course, I just dropped something. Like, there's stuff where I've thrown it, and it's never been like that. Like with a controller, like, if you're going to throw it, you throw a controller. You don't throw it down. You throw it like, you just throw it like that. Of course, right now, I don't do stuff like that on my channel, so, and it's like, would I have done the stuff like that on my channel? Probably, maybe, I don't know. If it would have worked out, if I would have done something like that, and if it would have worked out, maybe I would have continued something like that, like he has done now. He's continuing that, which is good. Like, people like the series. Who wouldn't have liked the series? Who wouldn't have liked what he put on for the past 3 years? It's good. Like, it's not like it's bad. He did something that no one was doing before. Well, there was a lot of people that was doing it. But he did it to a bigger extent to make it look, and he said it was real, but it wasn't real. I think he should have just came out and said in the beginning, before he was doing it, that it was fake. Because people would have probably still watched it based on the fact that it was a series. He could have just said it was a series, and people may have watched it. And if he would have went, like, his other series were good too, like back when he was doing it. But this was a series where he had to make it look real. He had to make it look fake. He had to make it look real and fake at the same time, so then people wouldn't say, oh, blah, 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 and then he wouldn't get arrested. They wouldn't get arrested, but apparently cops were running out there all the time. But they already knew ahead of time that they were doing just videos. So there is that. And they got a lot of people that they were paying to say that it was fake. They got a lot of people that they were... It was crazy. They had that, what's his name? Anyway, there was a guy that was like, oh, Majugger or something. And then he was always sitting there with like, the guy from Trailer Park Boys. He always sits there with a glass of like liquor. That's what he was doing. And I was like, what? It's like, really? So that guy was with him. He actually let us on thinking that he was doing it himself. He was actually getting paid to do it or something. I don't know. That's what he said. And then he was doing something with someone else, which was also fake, to get both channels to blow up. And I don't think people really watch them anymore. I think he got like 10,000 subscribers from it for phoning in the ice cream shop lady or something, and she said she was suing him. Apparently she did sue him. Apparently that was real. The lawsuit was real, so when I made a video stating that he was getting lawsuited and whatever, that was real, apparently. So, could have been fake though, because I think they let him do that. But her business probably went downhill and then it went back up, because look at all the negative reviews coming in. That means more traffic to our website. That means more traffic, more business. But I think maybe a lot of the negative reviews probably put the website down, so people that come onto it to look at it probably like, no, we're not going there. But I think a lot of the people from that area already knew that place was safe and not dirty, or, you know, everything's always clean. So they wouldn't have lost business for that area for sure. So I think that's it. Like, I've been talking for like an hour and 9 minutes. So I think I'm going to end it here. Again, don't forget to smack that like button if you like this content. I will be making more in the future. There will probably be more while I'm playing CSGO. There's going to be a daily CSGO video every day until I get to Gold Nova 1. And then when I get to Gold Nova 2, there's going to be more. There's going to be more videos, more than ever, on my channel. I've been trying to make this a full-time thing. Still trying to make this a full-time thing, I should say. It's never going to be a full-time thing. I'm going to always not be able to do this 100%. Again, it's give or take. Like, if tomorrow someone were to shout me out or give me a shout out, or, you know, a collaboration, I would probably say no. I don't know. We'll see how that works. But, you know, if tomorrow magically I were to have a video that had like 3 million views and then I'd have 10 million subscribers, I'd be doing giveaways every day. There'd be too much money for me to actually say that I needed it, because I don't need money. I'm not here to live on money. I'm not here to live. I'm here to give. Like, man, I'm here to give away. So, like, I may have all this equipment right now, but I really don't need it. That's the thing. It's like, I have all this equipment. What more do I need? Nothing. I already have the equipment. So it's like, I've already made my business. I just need the viewers to interact with the business in order for me to get a, you know, a reward from this business that I do. So it's kind of like how PewDiePie does his videos. You know, he does 4 minute videos. You know, I do long, an hour and 20 minute videos. Maybe I should cut it down. You guys leave a suggestion in, you know, comment down below. Say how long would an average person watch a video, and how long would they watch a video. So it's like, if they're only gonna watch 5 minutes of my video, that's fine. I don't care. Not really. If you're gonna check my channel out, I'm not asking you to check my channel out. I'm not asking you to watch a video. You know, I'm not even asking you to subscribe. When you hear me say subscribe, I don't care if you actually subscribe. I don't care if you actually view my video. I'm not doing this for personal gain. If I was doing this for personal gain, I would have been gone already. So, like, you get it? Does anyone actually get what I'm saying right now? It's like, if I was doing YouTube for personal gain, I'd be gone already. I would not be doing this. I would have quit back in 2008 or 2009, 2010, or 2012 when I lost my channel. Okay, so the video's gone on long enough, and I guess you guys could probably subscribe by now, or like or dislike the video if you feel like disliking the video for any odd reason, which you can. Doesn't really matter to me. It matters to what you guys think. So I think that's it. Hope you enjoyed this settings video plus the rant and whatever else that comes through. And I think that's about it.
Don't forget to subscribe, comment, all feedback is welcome. Don't forget to hit that like button. Follow me on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. I'll be uploading videos every day.